This is an analog processor, and it might allow us to totally rethink computing.
All of the information in the world is natively analog. What analog processing allows us to do is gather insights from that data in its rawest form.
But just like the digital processors you know, it can still be programmed with software. We spend tons of energy breaking analog signals into digital signals. Think about all the sensors in your phone, your house, your car, at work. Most of them collect analog signals that have to be converted into digital signals.
With analog computing, it can be listening continuously for that wake word that's using almost no electricity, and then it can wake up a more expensive system to do the work of the request.
For example, heart monitoring is perfect for analog computers. If the analog portion ever detects an anomaly, it can wake up a digital component that communicates with the cloud.
When you think about the whole system, because it uses less power, it creates a new computing architecture where we can get more value with less resources.
Have you ever wanted to win a free PC from me? Well, now you can. This is the Creator One PC from NZXT. It's a pre-built powerhouse of a workstation featuring a Threadripper CPU and a 4090 GPU. That makes it absolutely fantastic for high-intense workflows like rendering and video editing, but also for gaming as well. This thing is more powerful than my Player 3 Prime from NZXT, so I had to run a benchmark on it. After running it through Passmark, it scored over 13,000 points, placing it in the 99th percentile of all PCs. And it can be yours. All you have to do is follow me so that I can send you a message, and follow NZXT and drop in the comments why you deserve to win this PC. I'll be picking a winner in 7 days and shipping it out to them. Good luck.
Here are the 3 worst iPhones to have in 2023. Number 1 has to be the iPhone 12 mini. If you're still using this phone in 2023 and you've had it since it came out, I know you must be living in hell right now because the battery life on this phone is so bad. And even if you bought this new and like you're just now buying it, you just got scammed. Number 2 has to be the iPhone X. I mean, it's literally super old and slow. The camera is also not really good anymore. And it's not even up to date. So definitely upgrade if you still have this, or if you're trying to buy this phone, don't just get the iPhone SE 2020. And number 3 has to be the iPhone XS. The battery life on it sucks and it's not even going to be supported much longer. I feel like there's only one Apple equivalent in the world, and I would have to say that's a Google Pixel phone compared to an iPhone. I mean, iPhones are obviously known for being super simple and easy to use. I feel like a Google Pixel phone is the exact same thing, and it's also smooth like an iPhone. It's just an Android, but it's not that strong of an Android because it doesn't have as many Android features as other Android phones have. So it's kind of like an iPhone, but obviously for Android. Here's what I think are 3 of Apple's biggest mistakes. Number 1 is having super flat edges. I mean, it's just not that comfortable to hold in the hands. I mean, it feels cool, but like my iPhone XR or my iPhone 11 feel way more comfortable in the hands. Obviously, it's round. So I think they should go a little bit more round, but kind of keep the square design. Number 2 has to be making the iPhone SE 3rd generation. The only thing different from the 3rd generation to the 2nd generation was literally the battery got barely bigger and it just got a 2-year newer processor. So it wasn't even worth like reselling because it's basically the same phone, because the SE 2020 is still good enough. You don't have to go from the SE 2020 to the SE 2022. It's kind of stupid to do that because obviously I just told you why. Number 3 has to be waiting so long to put USB-C in their iPhones. I mean, they've had it in their iPads for like 2 to 3 years now. I don't know why they couldn't just put it on their iPhones when they did with their iPads. Makes no sense. Money. Working on it.
John got the Latasha in the cellar. I'm excited to announce the revolutionary new product.
Apple just announced its first mixed reality wearable computer. It's called the Vision Pro.
You control Vision Pro using the most natural and intuitive tools.
The entire front is a singular piece of three-dimensionally formed and laminated glass.
Your surroundings become an infinite canvas.
FaceTime now becomes spatial. It's easy to capture with just the press of a button. Sit back and you can enjoy a movie while the seats and sounds disappear.
Vision Pro has 23 million pixels. The system uses an advanced encoder-decoder neural network to create your digital persona. Apple Vision Pro is the most advanced personal electronics device ever at $34.99.
What do you think?
Windows is about to flip everything upside down, and Apple and Google should be shaking right now. So Microsoft just announced Windows Copilot, which effectively takes ChatGPT and Bing and integrates it into Windows, including all of the features and apps. So essentially, you can have a conversation with Windows, ask it what type of music is best to code to, and then it'll give you a recommendation and play that in Spotify. This takes the entire power of AI and web search and integrates it into every little piece of Windows. The whole point of Microsoft Build is for developers, so you can expect more and more apps to be supporting this. Essentially, you get a personal assistant for your computer in Windows. Everything Siri should have been. But I know the conversation of AI scares people, so let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below.
Crazy space facts you won't learn anywhere else. Part 1. Saturn and Jupiter have diamond rain. Methane in their atmospheres transforms under pressure, causing diamonds to literally rain down. It's nature's own treasure trove. Mars has Olympus Mons, 3 times taller than Mount Everest. This isn't just a mountain, it's a testament to Mars's active volcanic past, a reminder that Mars was once geologically alive. There's no sound in space. Even amidst the vastness of the cosmos, you'd experience total silence. Sound needs air, and space is a vacuum. It puts into perspective how unique our Earth truly is. The Milky Way and Andromeda galaxies are on an inevitable collision course. However, because of the vast distances between individual stars, it's less of a crash and more of a merge. It's similar to 2 swarms of bees flying into each other, with most bees just buzzing past their counterparts. Neil Armstrong's footprint on the moon could outlast civilizations. Without wind or water to erode it, it remains as a lasting legacy of human exploration. There's a massive cloud of alcohol in Sagittarius B, located 26,000 light years away from Earth. This vast molecular cloud contains enough ethyl alcohol to fill 400 trillion pints of beer. But it's not exactly the type you'd want in your drink.
How good is the video quality on the iPhone XR? Let's check it out in the TikTok app. So far it doesn't look too bad. The only issue with these older iPhones, this iPhone XR came out in 2018, is look how white the window is. If I focus on the window, then the whole room gets dark. Well, here, let me help you out. If I turn off this light, focus on the window, the whole room, as you can see, it is super dark. Then if I look away, the whole window is white. I hate that. Other than that, it doesn't look bad. It's definitely like better than the newest Samsung in the TikTok app, which it's obviously not Samsung's fault, but it just is what it is. And we got that fight tomorrow I'm excited for, so let's just zoom in real quick. But yeah, if we want to be honest, I'm pretty sure KSI is going to beat Tommy Fury, and Logan Paul is definitely going to beat Dylan Dennis, if you don't know that fight is happening tomorrow. But yeah, I give the video quality like a solid 6 out of 10.
This is Abby, and she's putting on her new prosthetic arm for the first time. But this isn't a normal prosthetic. This is the most advanced 3D printed prosthetic ever made.
Typical prosthetic devices can cost anywhere from $20,000 to about $80,000. That's a big problem for growing children. Children outgrow a prosthetic device every 12 to 14 months.
The global prosthetics and orthotics industry is valued at $6 billion and controlled by a handful of players that have no incentive to lower their prices or change their operating models.
There's been no structural change in the market for the last 50 years. There's been some technology improvements, but not a systematic change, which I think is really what's needed to be able to make a significant impact. 40 million amputees worldwide, only 5% of them have access to prosthetic care and technology, and so we got to do better as an industry. And at Aluminum Tomorrow, we hope to be that force.
I really think it's gravity control and gravity wave control. As for a power source, I think the power source was better described as this quantum vacuum energy or zero-point energy. So you can have a zero-point energy system or a free energy system. It doesn't move and it's not affecting gravity, but at a certain resonant frequency and power, you can then cause what I call mass cancellation, where an object literally takes on weightlessness. Now, if you go all the way back to T. Townsend Brown and what was later called the B-Phil-Brown effect, in the late 1920s, he took a very high voltage system with wires around a crystalline material and it levitated, just floated. Now, that was almost 100 years ago, late 20s. Then the Kautsky-Frost experiment in Germany around the same time confirmed it. Later, the whole B-Phil-Brown effect, studying very high voltage VHV systems, began to be increasingly studied and classified in the 30s and 40s.
I got sent out this laptop. Let me tell you if it's actually good or not. Now, for me, this laptop is definitely my favorite laptop I have. It's definitely the best. I use it over my school Chromebook for sure. It has a 1080p 60Hz screen, which is still decent. It has a front-facing camera, which is... it's okay. You're not going to be taking selfies on it. It gets the job done. The build quality is really good, and the speakers are good enough to be listening to Spotify, I'd say, while you're doing tasks. And it's on Windows 11. Did I mention it's on Windows 11? So here's the box it comes in. It took 2 days to get here, and the specs on it are pretty nice. They're pretty good for the one I got. 512 gigabytes of storage, basic laptop stuff. And let's talk about the processor. So the processor is about the strength of like a Samsung S21 or like an iPhone XR, which is still definitely good enough to run your normal games. And if it's worth the money, yes, especially because they're giving me a 40% discount code. If you want to buy it, I'll put the link in my bio. I'm not making money.